Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack427TheThomasFan1 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here with, well, I guess it's time for another response/rant video as normal, and, well, I guess it has been some time since I actually done one of those for sure, though. I can't recall the last time I actually did one of those for sure, but I figured now would be a good time for me to finally do this one hands down because, well, I've got a lot to say on, of course, this one, so yeah. So anyways, I think pretty much of anything, if you may recall, some time ago, I've officially kickstarted pretty much a brand new year of my thoughts videos, let alone a brand new, pretty much a brand new year seeing movies in general with, of course, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, and yeah, I did say what I had to say in that said video for sure. I really enjoyed that said movie a whole lot, and definitely a real great start for what I'll see for, of course, 2026 in terms of movies for sure. With hopefully more that I might do later on for sure if I'm not too busy with, of course, other things, but I guess it is pretty much the best way I can put it for the time being for sure, so yeah. So I kind of figure, seeing how next weekend will be coming up with, of course, pretty much a couple of other movies I'm hoping to go see and possibly review on, of course, on my thoughts videos coming up. I definitely want to address one certain movie that's coming out for sure, that I kind of felt that I would actually make a video on, hands down, just 1 week before it slates to come out for sure. And, well, judging by what you've seen from the title for sure, yeah, it looks like it's time for me to address the elephant in the room, so yeah. If you may not recall, just some time ago, pretty much based on the trailer, there's going to be a documentary that'll be coming up next week entitled Melania, which would progress, of course, pretty much everything from, of course, Melania Trump, who is, of course, the wife of Donald Trump for sure, and yeah, all leading up to, of course, his, pretty much, his time, yeah, pretty much getting himself in for his second term as president of the United States for sure, and well, I think I've held myself back from, of course, pretty much talking about this because I don't know how the reactions are going to go for sure, but yeah, either way, the documentary is slated to come out pretty much next week for sure, and well, given to all of that, I think you expect me that I would actually plan on going to see it and actually reviewing for sure. Well, surprisingly enough for, of course, this video, I know I'm going to make a massive risk for saying this, but I'm about to do something that I never thought I would do. Something that's actually unheard of in this video. And that be, of course, in regards to pretty much the Melania Trump documentary that's going to be coming out. Well, surprisingly enough, I'm not going to see it. Yeah, you heard it right there, folks. I'm actually making this video right now on why exactly I'm going to choose to not review that said movie and moreover, not seeing for sure. And if that being the case, pretty much if anything, give it to that thought alone. Yes, I am not going to review and see the movie for sure. But even better yet, I'm actually going to review this movie without seeing it for sure. Because if anything, with where we're at right now, I can definitely tell you on everything that's going to happen for sure. Pretty much based on what I've seen the trailer, that I know the movie's gonna turn out for sure. And yes, I will spoil the entire movie so that way pretty much it'll save you the trouble from, of course, seeing it for sure. So yeah, I might be off by a detail or two, but I can definitely tell you what's going to happen without seeing the movie for sure. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, and rightfully so, that doesn't seem fair. You cannot judge a movie if you decide not to see it. Well, trust me, I know I'm definitely breaking my own rules like a lot of other reviewers would actually do. But I'm definitely going to take a risk hands down. I mean, come on, I think, you've seen me take risks pretty much beforehand for sure, so surely I think I can do the same thing with, of course, this one, So yeah, pretty much if anything, yeah, I think I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for saying it, but given to what I'm seeing in current events as of now, I don't care anymore. I really don't care, So yeah, basically, pretty much going over the entirety of the movie with spoilers, with spoilers and everything. I'm willing to bet that it's gonna start off pretty much with Donald Trump winning the 2024 election, and of course, we actually get to see everything that goes on throughout Melania's time for sure over the span of 2 months, leading up to, of course, the end of the film, where of course we lead to his inauguration. And that's it. That's the whole movie. Full on spoilers and everything, so yeah, I know it's very vague, but I think that's what the movie's gonna be like, so yeah. So yeah, was I close? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, I think it's probably why I can't say for me reviewing the movie without seeing it for sure, so yeah. I guess pretty much of anything, I do have every good reason for choosing to not see the movie by the time it comes out next week for sure. Yeah, now to be fair, I think pretty much in terms of documentaries, hands down, I've seen plenty of documentaries over the years, hands down for sure, and there are some that I really do think are actually pretty good, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be saved for another video for another time, hands down for sure. But from what I'm seeing for the Melania pretty much documentary that's going to be coming out, I definitely know the red flags are definitely there in terms of pretty much not choosing to actually see it on my part for sure, because, well, if you have looked up the trailer for that movie, pretty much that dropped some time ago on the official Amazon MGM Studios YouTube channel, you would definitely know pretty much that trailer alone actually garnered itself well over 11,000 dislikes for sure. And I guess the reason for that, yeah, and I know a lot of, pretty much a lot of people, let alone some MAGA supporters, are actually gonna look at this and say, oh, it's all rigged by the Democrats, yeah, why make such a big deal? Well, trust me when I actually say by far the reason why the trailer only got 11,000 dislikes for sure. No, it's not because Democrats are actually rigging the whole thing altogether, let alone anything else pretty much that would correspond for sure. No, the reason why I think the trailer has got 11,000 dislikes on YouTube, it's mainly because the film looks bad. And yeah, that's my only reason on that guy, hands down for sure. That's, yeah, the reason why I think the Melania trailer actually got 11,000 dislikes, it's because the film looks bad. And that's it. Nothing much else, so yeah. And I guess I know for the fact that with what I'm actually seeing, I definitely know the main culprit of that would definitely have to be Melania Trump herself, to which, honestly, she's not really, pretty much from what I'm seeing, based on the footage they actually captured for sure. I definitely know for the fact that she doesn't actually talk like a normal human being for sure. She definitely sounds a whole lot like Tommy Wiseau from the Room, hands down, to which, honestly, I think it would be absolutely hilarious to hear Melania Trump actually say, "Oh, hi, Mark." Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did try reciting, trying to be like Tommy Wiseau from the Room, because, well, based on what I've actually seen from the trailer, it definitely does sound like that, hands down, so yeah. And I guess pretty much of anything to really get that out there, she is definitely one of many people out there in the Trump administration that I absolutely can't stand, and of course, a lot like everyone else, I will come out and say this, for me, no, I do not like Donald Trump in general, for sure. I never liked him as a businessman. I never liked him pretty much through his show The Apprentice, which I never actually saw nor plan on actually watching anytime soon. And not to mention, he actually does make not only a bad businessman or a bad person in general, but he's also a terrible president as well. In fact, I knew right away, pretty much since his first time around, I definitely knew him as president is a recipe for disaster for sure. And yeah, and I guess I know for the fact that despite me going through pretty much his first term for sure, yeah, I definitely know for the fact that he really is pretty much a walking red flag, pretty much, or just an absolute disaster waiting to happen for sure. And with what I'm actually seeing from many people, a lot of people seem to agree with me with what I had to say for sure. And yeah, and of course, if anything, I didn't vote for him back in 2016. I didn't vote for him in 2020, and yeah, I didn't vote for him in 2024 as well. So I guess there's that for sure, and yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, his first time as president by far is just absolutely terrible, hands down for sure. The way he actually pretty much ruined our country for sure is just absolutely insulting for sure, and of course, with him being gone after he lost the 2020 election, we expect that we would pretty much learn our lessons from all this to make sure something like this would never happen again. But apparently, I guess he and his supporters never listened anyways, because look at where we're at right now for sure. Yeah, we're at one moment where, of course, we don't want one piece of history that is so terrible we don't want to repeat for sure, and look at where we're at right now. Looks like history's repeating itself. Can we stop that, please? Can we stop letting history repeat itself for, like, ever? That's all I'm asking, so yeah. And let's not forget to mention what really drives me bonkers is, of course, his supporters, pretty much of anything, yeah, pretty much the best way I can describe it is, of course, it is incredibly toxic for sure. Yeah, it's been toxic the first time around, but nowadays, the toxicity levels has actually gone up so much where it's gotten out of control. In fact, yeah, words cannot describe how pretty much on how infuriated I am for sure that they're doing such heinous actions from what I can gather with no remorse whatsoever. Like what the fuck? What is up with that? But yeah, I could go on and on, of course, all that for sure, but I'm not gonna bother with the hang for sure. So I'm only giving out in the shortest way possible for sure, and I definitely know there are some MACA supporters in my area, hands down, that are actually that do have that toxic level for sure. But in case of anything, I really don't think they're the kind of people you want to be around with for sure. In fact, if anything, I think they're just absolute dickheads for sure. That I really do think definitely need a reality check for sure. So yeah. You can definitely tell that I can't stand that kind of shit any day for sure, and I know I don't tolerate that hands down a lot like everyone else who actually feel the same way as I do for sure. And I guess moreover, pretty much of anything, yeah, given to what I'm seeing with Donald Trump, I don't refer to him as the President of the United States for sure. Yeah, you heard right there. Yeah, I think despite him residing in the White House, pretty much for sure, I actually refuse to actually refer to him as President of the United States for sure. In fact, I just still refer to him as, well, Donald Trump. Yeah, that's who he is back then, and that's who he is now. He's not President of the United States. He's not a businessman. He's just Donald Trump, and that's it. Don't give him any other title for sure. Just Donald Trump is fine. Nothing much else, so. But yeah, and I know I've actually, yeah, me and plenty of other people have actually made pretty much jabs and jokes about him for sure, and, well, trust me, they're still ongoing as we speak for sure, and I know I do have other ones that I hope to actually take jabs on the guy for sure, let alone his supporters, but I'm not going to bother with that right now, and I'll probably save it for another time for sure, so yeah, and I guess going back on topic with, of course, the Melania documentary that's going to be coming out for sure, well, I think I do know pretty much. I'm even quite surprised, of course, why I'm seeing who the director is, Brad Ratner for sure, and if you don't know who he is, well, surprisingly enough, he has been well known for actually directing pretty much of anything the Rush Hour movies from what I could gather, which I do know were actually, yeah, were actually big hits at the pretty much at that time for sure. But at the same time, he did also have some, pretty much some blunders as well, like, of course, X-Men The Last Stand, Tower Heist, and, of course, Hercules with, of course, Dwayne Johnson for sure, and honestly, I think from what I'm actually seeing, I really don't think this is actually pretty much a really great comeback for Brett Ratner for sure. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, pretty much, why did I mention him making a comeback? Well, surprisingly enough, I think this is probably the first, pretty much first film he's actually directing in years since after he got exposed during the hashtag #MeToo movement, and honestly, I think he would have stuck to getting unemployment checks rather than going back to directing feature films, because his history by far, yeah, you can definitely see why, hands down, So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, I really don't think he actually would be a good choice to direct this documentary, hands down, and I definitely know the red flags are pretty much are there just waiting to happen for sure, and trust me when I actually say this might be another critical blunder pretty much that Brett Ratner is going to be releasing pretty much and moreover adding to his other critical blunders he's actually made for sure, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah. But I guess either way with what I'm actually seeing by far, I could go on and on with, of course, other things I can say on why I choose to review this movie without seeing it, let alone not go see it and not review it in general. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I knew the film definitely looks bad for sure, and from what I'm seeing from major news outlets and from other people's reaction after seeing the trailer, I think a lot of people are starting to agree with me on that for sure, because I do recall one article saying that this movie is definitely gonna bomb pretty hard at the box office once it actually comes out next week, and honestly, I don't blame them hands down, because I definitely knew this is a box office bomb just waiting to explode anytime soon, so yeah. And I guess you might be wondering to yourself, wait a minute, what about An Unlikely Fandom? That too is a documentary, and you did actually review it. Well, that is true. I did actually review the documentary An Unlikely Fandom some time ago, for sure. But the reason why I've actually decided to talk about it and review it for sure, it's mainly because, pretty much of anything, I've been anticipating this for well over half a decade since I first knew about it for sure. And it definitely actually has one thing that I really do love and admire, and that being, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine. And when I finally got the chance to actually see it, I really enjoyed it for what it is for sure, and I really do think it is definitely well worth the watch for sure. In fact, if anything, it's currently available for streaming right now on Typhoon as we speak. So if you haven't seen it, I do highly recommend checking that one out for sure. So yeah, but I guess moreover, those are the many reasons why I actually want to review An Unlikely Fandom. I've been anticipating that film for a long time now, and I'm glad that I actually did last year, as it is a really great documentary for sure, and of course, Cargi really did a bang-up job, of course, that front for sure. And I know the same cannot be said for of course, Melania that's going to be coming out for sure, right? And of course, that would lead to another question, hands down. If I'm not planning on going to see it, let alone reviewing for sure, what are some other movies that are going to be coming out the same weekend that are more deserving to check out? Well, the answer is actually very simple, because there are two movies that I am going to plan on going to see and review later on down the road that I know I'm actually expressing interest in for sure. The first one is, of course, pretty much a survival horror flick that's going to be coming up that's entitled Send Help, to which surprisingly enough, it is, of course, directed by Sam Raimi, who you may know is well known for directing the Spider-Man trilogy. But if you know him in horror, he is, of course, well known for directing the original Evil Dead movie and Drag Me to Hell, just to name me a few. And yeah, I know I didn't give my fair reaction to the trailers based on what I've actually seen, but from what I can gather, based on what I've seen in the trailers at a couple of screenings that I've actually been to for some time, it definitely does look interesting for sure, and I'm quite excited to see on how it's going to go for sure. So yeah. That is, of course, one movie that I am actually planning on seeing for sure, while the other one is, of course, the movie adaptation based on the indie video game that goes by the name of Iron Lung. And what's even more interesting is that pretty much the film itself is actually going to be done and put together by, of course, Mark Fishbach, who you may also know on YouTube as well-known YouTuber Markiplier. And I guess, in all honesty, I have mad respects for Markiplier for sure. I really do think he's a great YouTuber for sure, and I'm quite excited to see on how he'll do giving his first go writing, producing, directing, and acting any of pretty much in a movie on the big screen. And yeah, and based on what I've seen, pretty much from the trailer for Iron Lung that we've actually got for sure, it definitely does look interesting, and I'm excited to see on how it's gonna go for sure. And plus, the behind-the-scenes stuff they actually did while making this is actually even interesting as the movie itself. Though it's going to be hard to say on if it's going to be good or not for sure, but for now, I'm actually keeping my hopes up to actually see it for sure, and I'm excited to see on what they're going to go with, of course, that one. So yeah, I guess pretty much amazing. If you do want to see a good movie that'll be coming up right around next weekend for sure, then my best recommendations would definitely have to be both Send Help and Iron Lung that's going to be coming up. Those are, of course, going to be real great movies that I really do think you should definitely go see. While Melania, on the other hand, I think you could just be like me and just skip it altogether. And that's it. Don't even bother giving the people who made the Melania Trump documentary their money and stuff. Just spend that money on both Send Help and Iron Lung instead. And that's all I have to say on that. So So yeah, pretty much at the end of the day for sure, yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, I stand by my ground and what I have to say for sure, and yeah, based on what I've actually said earlier in the video, I know I gave a non-review on Melania for sure, and of course, if anything, by the time it does come out next week, I'm definitely not gonna see it, let alone review it for sure, so yeah, pretty much if anything, yeah, you can definitely be fine with, of course, what you want to do for sure, but you can make better choices for sure. We all actually have pretty much that same old sandwich from McDonald's for sure, but even McDonald's actually puts out a different sandwich every once in a while. You don't have to eat a really crappy cheeseburger over and over again. You can demand a new sauce, a new meal, or even better yet, a new restaurant for sure. And yeah, definitely go for those for sure. In fact, if anything, the Rodeo Burger at Burger King is definitely amazing for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, it's probably what I could say, of course, that front. And hey, I actually do love movies, and I do love reviewing them for sure. I do want to pretty much, based on something that I've actually seen, let alone judge something that I don't want to see for sure. But at the end of the day, pretty much if anything, if you're not going to demand something good, you can at least demand something better, hands down. And I guess for this case, like I said, Send Help and Iron Lung are definitely much better movies to watch than Melania for sure. So yeah, definitely go see the first two that I've actually mentioned for sure. While Melania, don't give them their money for sure. It's not worth your time. And if what I've read, of course, pretty much that movie going to a bomb at the box office, I do hope that's true. I do hope that will eventually happen at some point because, well, this movie is just pretty much a disaster waiting to happen, and I do hope I'm right on, of course, on that front. So yeah, and that's pretty much what I can say on that alone for me to end this video in a nutshell. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Did I make the right call in actually making this video and encourage all of you to not see it, or I'm just pretty much, or I think you found this video as a waste of time instead? I sure hope the latter doesn't happen, so yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments down below and what your concerns are for sure, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and, well, I guess right up until I'll actually pretty much get myself calmed down and actually do go see both Send Help and Iron Lung. That'll be coming up for sure. Well, seeing how I do know Melania is going to be released by MGM, I do know one other movie that's coming out in a few months' time. That's of course released by the same studio that I'm actually pretty much willing to make a lot of comments about, let alone share my expectations. And you're definitely going to see why in, of course, the next video that I'll put up. But I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.